There's a million and one different ways to target your ideal audience on Facebook ads, but I'm going to show you the most common mistakes people make with audience targeting and the actual best way to target your audience using Facebook ads this year. We're going to cover lookalike audiences, whether they're still worth it, custom audiences and retargeting, and the best prospecting and cold audience targeting strategy that's going to get you the most results no matter what industry you're in, no matter where you're located, and no matter who you're targeting. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, first of all, why am I even qualified to tell you about what the best audience targeting strategy is? Well, I'm the CEO of an ad agency called Jet Ads, been doing advertising for over 8 years, spent tens of millions of dollars and generated hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue for clients that I've worked with. And also I'm a part of several groups that have some of the most media spend in the world, including the High Rose School Group, the ScaleClients.io group, which sees some of the most ad spend across industries that involve multiple agency owners and some of the largest spending ad accounts and media buyers. So I see what works and what doesn't, and ultimately this is what strategies are currently working the best. So what is the best audience targeting strategy? Well, before I tell you that, if you could, please go ahead and drop a like on the video. It really helps my channel grow, and I'm trying to hit 10K subs in the next year. So I really appreciate that. Now, first of all, let's go into the ad account right here. And you can see if I go to create a campaign, Facebook is really trying to automate everything, whether you're running a lead campaign or a sales campaign. I'm going to say these are the only really two objectives that matter, unless you do an app, right? But like most of the time, you're not going to be using any of these objectives unless you're trying to generate followers or something like that, in which case there's different strategies for that. But for the most part, most businesses either want leads or they want sales. And ultimately, even if you're generating leads, you want sales. So every business wants sales. And so what's the best campaign? What's the best audience targeting strategy to generate sales? Okay, and that's what we're going to get into. So if we go over to continue on this campaign objective right here, you're seeing Facebook is now automating more and more things. They're trying to use their Advantage Plus. They're trying to use their AI. And so they're pushing for that more and more. They're putting more money into it. And they're also giving you better results than ever before with these types of automated strategies. So when it comes to setting up this actual campaign right here, what you can do is have your objective at sales. You can go ahead and select a campaign budget, which is also what we're seeing has the best results now. So that lets Facebook split your budget across multiple ad sets, which contain multiple audience targetings and multiple ads within each ad set. And when it comes now to the targeting, when we really go to the ad set level, you can see the same thing carries over here where it's now Advantage Plus Sales Campaign, which includes having our audience either recommended or we're suggesting an audience. So if I change this over to single and I just go website right here, I go maximize the number of conversions. And then let's just say I use a purchase event for this. Let me scroll down. What we can see is now the Advantage Plus is on, and we could actually further limit the reach of this audience, which is what is recommended if you are looking to test something like a lookalike audience or do retargeting. And so first of all, when it comes to lookalike audiences, I honestly don't see lookalike audiences performing that well anymore. Lookalike audiences used to be the best audience that you could possibly target, especially when you had a lot of purchase data, a lot of high valuable customer data. However, now we're not really seeing it outperforming anything, and in some cases it's performing much worse than audiences that are just left broad or left very open with Advantage Plus audience turned on. And so I'm never going to tell you not to ever do anything or never test anything. So what I will say is test it for yourself, make a lookalike audience, but really only make it based on purchasers and make it as broad as you can. So make it 1 to 10%. So within that kind of 0 to 10% range there. So it's the biggest possible lookalike audience that you can, and then run that ad. That's where you're going to probably see the best results. You can also test 1%, but sometimes limiting the size of your audience in particular causes your CPMs to go way up and ultimately you get less results for more budget. So lookalike audiences, you can test it. Again, not the best audience targeting strategy that I would recommend starting with. And it's not what we start with when we launch a new ad account. Now, the other method is you also have your retargeting, which is still very popular and I still recommend doing it, especially if you're looking to launch a limited time promotion and you already have an existing large audience. So in this case, what you'd want to do for that, you'd want to go to further limit the reach of your ads, which is going to, they're saying it's going to increase or lower your cost per result. If you only do this if you know your audience right here. So we're going to switch this setup, and this gives us the ability to now go ahead and target our exact custom audience that we want, and Facebook will not expand that into cold audiences and people that are not really engaged or know about us. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to custom audiences right here, and we're going to add in some audiences around IG followers. So you can add in your Instagram followers right here for retargeting. You can add in your website visitors, right? So if you don't already have the audience, you can also go ahead and create the custom audience. So we can go website. Next right here, we can go website visitors. 180 days is the maximum that we can do. So this is going to get all the data on our pixel entirely. And that's what I would recommend doing for a website visitor retargeting campaign, 180 days. We're going to go ahead and create that audience. And we now have our Instagram followers and our website visitors And then we can also put in, our Facebook followers as well if we want to do that. And so this would be an example of a retargeting campaign where we could limit it by the countries as well. And I would just name this campaign, or this ad set after, retargeting. And I would either do this as its own standalone ad set or even its own standalone campaign specifically for retargeting or for a promotion. Now, you also want to make sure you turn off this use as suggestion because that will then expand it. Again, Facebook is really trying to get you to go like broad with everything, give it as much control as you can. That's not going to make it a retargeting campaign, right? And you can see you need to have a decently sized audience pool right here. Otherwise, you're going to get this error right here, which you're not going to have enough people in your audience. So you want to make sure that these are somewhat filled up and have, several thousand people within that audience pool to really make sure that you're reaching them. But if you have a small audience pool, you can still put like $5 a day there and you're going to retarget, and that's going to be effective to just show the ads to the same people over and over again. That is still one of the best ways to get the best results from your ads and increase that frequency, increase the amount of times people see you that have engaged with you, and that's going to increase trust. Ultimately, they're going to help them buy your product or service. So that is retargeting. That is custom audiences in a nutshell. I honestly wouldn't recommend getting super granular with this, trying to break out IG followers with, 3% video viewers with these complicated things. I would try to make just a mass market offer to a retargeting pool or some type of mass market retargeting campaign where you can just rotate and throw in a ton of different ads and ad variations to just increase the amount of times people are seeing your ads and building that trust with your audience. Now, let's get into the juicy part, which is the cold audience, the actual best way to run ads to a cold prospecting list. And I've already alluded to a little bit right here, but we're going to go ahead and duplicate this. And what we want to be using is actually the Advantage Plus setup now. It is getting better and better. And by the time you're watching this, whenever this video came out, this setup is now probably even better than it is currently. And currently, it already is outperforming most of the time when trying to do, limiting the reach of your ads and trying to get super manual with the controls. And so what we recommend doing right here is, again, this applies for every type of business. I don't care who you are. What you want to be doing is limiting these things. So these are not going to be expanded upon outside of these controls right here. So you have your location. And so if you are a local business and you want to target a small region around your business, so maybe a 25-mile radius around your location, that is super important, obviously. And you want to go ahead and limit it that. If you're a national brand and able to sell globally or to specific countries, add in those specific countries right here. Potentially do a campaign per country just so you can control the budget a little bit more and some of the language surrounding your products and offerings in those particular countries. So that's what we kind of recommend for your audience targeting there. And so for this, Canada, I would go ahead and add in the USA because it's kind of the same thing for us. So we have the Canada and the United States. Again, but you could add in specific cities. So if I wanted to go, New York or something like that, you could go New York, which is the city in the United States, and you could just target that at a 25-mile radius, or you could even do less than that. So if I want to do, something like 10, right, I could do that. I could also drop a pin in any of these locations, targeting specific local areas, local markets, right, as they're kind of needed or relevant, right? And so definitely want to get granular with that. And then as far as the age goes, this is also going to limit your audience's age. And so if your offer has a particular age range, this is more important than the actual audience targeting as far as how do you, what interest should you target, what demographics, etc. Right? Like getting the age right is important, and the gender. Like if your product is gender biased, if most of the customers that you have are this gender, then definitely add that in. That's going to help the targeting as well. But Facebook will also learn that, so you don't even necessarily need to add that in to start with as well. And then also if you're targeting a local market, make sure to turn this check mark off so that it doesn't expand your location. And then again, because I'm just going to go ahead and remove these custom audiences, we don't want these in here if we're just doing a cold campaign. And so in this, what we're able to do is we're able to set the minimum age instead of setting the entire age. And so this is what the ad's going to look like right here. So what we can do right here is go ahead and go more controls right here. Then we can change the minimum age. So I'll typically do 25 for most offerings because 18 to 24 is a pretty niche market. They don't have a lot of capital to spend. So 25 is usually a good range to kind of set it at just to increase the quality of your audience a little bit more. Then you can do custom audience exclusion. So if you want to exclude purchasers, if you want to exclude leads that already converted or something like that, you can do that. Not necessary, especially if you're a smaller business, but you can definitely do exclusions if you're a larger company. And then languages, you don't need to add that as well. And then when it comes now to the audience selection here, all that we're doing is adding in suggestions, which is what I do, where we'll go ahead and add in the suggestion right here where we'll suggest an age range that we think is going to work the best. We'll suggest a gender that we think is going to work the best if that's relevant to you, or both genders are going to perform very strongly, then you can leave that. and then we're going to suggest an interest as well, just to get it started on the right track. But honestly, most of the targeting is done through the creative. Facebook will scan your creative, it'll scan your copy, and it'll understand who your offer is for, and it'll do all the targeting for you. So if you have an agency offer to a specific type of market, Facebook is going to know that, and it's going to learn based on who's interacting with the ads, what your offer is about, and who to go after, right? So you don't need to really do a lot of work here because Facebook knows how to find your audience better than you do, and it's really a black box as far as how they actually find your audience. So, trying to get too, much control over this can really ruin that kind of back-end AI functionality that's really finding your audience for you. So in this case, let's just say I want to do 25 to 59, and I want to do male as the gender because I know that that's who typically buys my products. And then I want to go ahead and add in some detailed targeting around, right? Like if it was me, I would maybe do like advertising right here, or online advertising, something like that. And that could be like one detailed interest to start out to target, just to give it a right general direction to go in. It's not like it's going to target this 100%. It honestly might go in a lot of different areas and completely wouldn't even include this audience, but it's just going to give it a general starting point and just a little bit more insights into who you're generally trying to target. So that is the best way to go. Just insert one of these detailed targetings right here. And from there, what you can do is I would just name this audience based on that audience pool that you just created right here. So we have Advantage Plus, then we can name this 25 plus men, and we can go 25 to 59, which is the suggestion. And then we can also name it after the interest that we're targeting, which is online advertising, which all these other things should stay the same. So I would actually start this with online advertising if that's the interest that we're going to go after. And that is pretty much, your entire ad completed right here. And this is going to be 001. Okay. And that's how I would set up the ad. And then you can also do these advertising settings right here. So if you hover over this and click on edit right here, you can do your business only advertises in a specific location. So you can limit that on all products and all ads that you're going to run. You could do my business advertises age restricted goods or services. So you can also add in a minimum age here, right? If that's relevant. So you can apply that to every single ad set, applies for your entire ad account. Same with this, you can do a specific location. You can also exclude locations as well. And then you can restrict audiences as well. So you can exclude people who match certain details or demographics that's not relevant for your business. All right, so we can go ahead and save that and apply that. So we're good to go right there. And then all you got to do from this is you can go ahead and just duplicate this. You can even just test this completely without an interest. Like again, just run a completely broad ad with no interest targeting. Again, these are the main settings that really matter now. This stuff doesn't matter that much, but Facebook does give you the option for detailed targeting. So you might as well add in an interest. You might as well add in an interest or two, see what works, see what doesn't. And you can try a couple different ones out. Just always make sure you have one single interest in here so that if that one works, hey, that interest, that at least points it in the right general direction. It might not even work. You might not duplicate those results if you duplicate that exact interest in a different ad, but overall, you kind of can get a feel for what's working, what's not, versus if you just go broad and it's a complete black box. So that's the recommended setup there. Now, when it comes to the ad level right here, again, this is what's way more important than any of the audience targeting settings, is your creative does the targeting more than your actual audience settings determine who you're going to target. So in this case, I'm advertising, let's say, my agency right here. And so if I go down to here and I go to add creative right here, let's just say I'm going to add an image creative. All right, if I go ahead and add in a creative like this, and I have other videos about how I created the instant form ads, my exact ad setup process. So check out my other videos on the channel for exactly how to generate leads using Facebook ad instant forms. But if I was to run this particular ad, Facebook would know this is, with its AI features and everything, this would know it's obviously a lawn care offer. My copy would be speaking to lawn care. My headline would be about lawn care. It would know to go after homeowners or people that are resonating with a type of lawn care offer in a certain age range based on who's clicking the ad. And so you don't need to do that audience targeting when you have a clear offer, a clear audience that you're going after. And so it's all about the creative and getting down who your offer is for, what audience you're going after, and making sure that creative is tailored for that type of person. So that's maybe not the answer that you wanted to hear on, the best audience targeting, but I'm telling you, that is the best setup there. You don't need to spend a ton of time figuring out the best audience targeting and tweaking that a whole lot. Go with that setup, use the broader targeting, and go ahead and put all of your time into figuring out how to make the best possible offers using Alex Hormozi's setup, right? And some of the offer concepts, $100 million money models, and put your time into developing strong ad creatives and strong copy with a strong landing page that's really going to convert your ideal audience into a paying customer. That's really what matters. That's what separates good advertisers from poor advertisers. It's all about their offer. It's about their creatives. It's about their website. It's about everything surrounding their business. It's not about the targeting settings. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully that shows you exactly how to set up your ads and the best targeting to do for your business. And hopefully you get better results from your Facebook ads as soon as today. Now, as always, if you have any questions, I personally get back to everybody in the comments. So leave them down below. Happy to chat about everything audience targeting or anything else related to Facebook ads. And if you're looking for other videos on the best way to run ads, I recommend you check out this video next and subscribe to the channel for more.